Thank you, everybody, for coming to this room, and thank you, Charleston, for coming to Asia. It's a very important territory, as we know. I'm here from American Physical Society to talk to you about the Physical Review journals and how we would like to support the community, the scientific community in Asia. And the goal of this is for me to ask, I would like you to think about, and at the end of the meeting, I'd like to ask you what your wish list would be to be the best supported by publishers so that we can have some ideas to bring back with us. So please think about that while I give this little overview of APS. Okay. Okay, so our mission is, I'm not going to read everything, but this I will read, because we are a not-for-profit scientific membership organization committed to advancing physics and creating a welcoming professional home for the world's physics community. So physics has, APS has 19 journals. They're peer-reviewed portfolio of physics journals that represent the highest impact factor content of scientific discovery in the field of fundamental physics. 19 journals, and 9 of them are hybrid, meaning part of those, some of those articles are open access and some of them are subscription access, and 10 of them are fully open access. Okay, here's just a slide showing our journals. And the news for this year is that we have 2 brand new journals. They're fully open access, they're born open, and they are on 2 very interesting topics. One of them is, oh, I'm sorry, I wanted to also mention our impact factors. If you come to our booth 23, we have a little handout to show what our impact factors are in our journals. It's they're very high-ranking journals. 8 of our journals rank in the top quartile for impact factor in at least one category. 5 rank in the top 1% of all index journals. Physical Review Letters is the #1 most cited journal in multidisciplinary physics. Review of Modern Physics has the highest impact factor in the multidisciplinary physics category. And PRX Quantum, which is a newish journal from last year, is the #1, already the #1 highest ranking primary research journal in quantum science. So about our 2 new open access journals. So the first journal I'm going to talk about, and as I mentioned before, they're born open access. The first journal is Open Science, and it is a multidisciplinary and early education physics and physics adjacent content. And we're publishing a lot of very important research results, tests, testing, negative results, instrumentation, and it is edited in by an editor in Japan at the University of Tokyo. And the editorial board includes members from Hong Kong, China, Korea, Japan, India, and Russia. The other journal that we just launched is on the intersection of physics and AI. It's called PRX Intelligence. And we have editors from Singapore at the University of Singapore and Korea at Korea University. So we're very happy to introduce these journals in 2026. And again, they're fully open. And currently, we collaborate very heavily in Asia. We have almost 5,000 individual members in Asia Pacific. And we have 17 reciprocal societies, which mean that there are members who volunteer to have societies in the countries that I've mentioned there. And we also have 4 satellite site events in 2026, one of them being the Hong Kong, in March, we're having a Hong Kong summit, and we have information at our booth at that, on that. We have one in Nepal and 2 in Pakistan. So please come to our booth because we have a giveaway about the Hong Kong summit where you can see there are submissions that are due at the end of this month that you can have your students participate in. Okay, editorial outreach in Asia. We have an editorial fellowship program We have the satellite events that I just mentioned, including the Hong Kong Summit. And then also we have the APS FIP Forum on International Physics. And so it's a FIP. It's a voluntary unit within APS, which is dedicated to fostering global cooperation. And we have, what it does is it allows students to join any kind of physics program that APS offers virtually, and also they get funding for their travel. There's also a component called Physics Matters, which is a webinar that allows students to participate from around the world without any travel fees. And here's some information on the Hong Kong Summit. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is available at our booth. You can scan this and prepare to attend, please, to sign up for that. So in Asia specifically, there's been a huge growth in the publications for quantum and all the things that APS excels in. High energy and particle physics, which is partially funded, it's partially subsidized by APS and also CERN for high energy physics content, which means that 3 of our journals have a scope offset, a discount offered. And that's because we're subsidizing the research in high energy physics content. APS has developed, to help with the taxonomy in the libraries, we've developed the FISH subject headings. We have 17 of those headings that you can use for integration into your library. And these explain exactly what's in our physics journals, because sometimes it's difficult to understand with the many journals that we have exactly where they fit into your library. So hopefully we can discuss about how we can better help you to discover our content using these FISH categories. So we also offer a lot of consortia deals and tailored licensing models, including the ones mentioned there. And we're very happy to discuss any opportunities that you might have with us. And we also support open science in Asia by our, in addition to the SCOPE program that I just mentioned, we have read and publish agreements as, you know, ad hoc as we speak to institutions that would like to explore that. And we also have an upcoming new policy on a zero embargo policy. This is something that we have details in the works, and I'd like to speak to you about them when we have more details about them. But it's a very exciting program where the author accepted, the manuscript is going to be available in the institutional repository immediately. Let's see. This is information on SCOPE. So SCOPE stands for Sponsoring Consortium in Open Access Publishing and Particle Physics, you know, the 3 Ps there. And this is a very important program where the high energy physics papers are posted to the archive, and also, so that would be physical PRC, PRD, and PRL. They're posted into archive and also into your repository or a funder's repository without any APCs for authors to pay, which is a huge benefit. We also offer a permanent access archive in addition to subscription-based model, so that you can have the content where you need it and not have to worry about funding in the future for subscriptions. This archive contains 500,000 articles in it, and they run from 1893 to 2012. It's a lot of content in there. And here's a little bit about what that archive is offered. There's no digital rights management, there's no hosting fees, and it's unlimited use. So if you're interested in that, please let us know. And again, we're at booth number 23, and I'm hoping that you can visit us and tell us how we can support you better if we don't talk about it here. We could also explain what your institution is using as far as our contact goes, and how we can help you with possibly licensing opportunities, and some information about that summit in March, the Hong Kong Global Summit. So if you have any ideas or a wish list or any kind of suggestions or success stories about working with a publisher, please let us know. I can put it on that board over there and bring it back to the office and maybe work on something based on what you tell us. So hopefully you've had a good experience with a publisher that supported you. I don't know whether any kind of way in taxonomy or in licensing or in just daily access issues. And if you have anything you'd like to share with me, that would be great. You've had no success with publishers. Well, maybe you could visit the booth and come up with some kind of suggestions for us, or maybe a one-on-one conversation would help.